Yeah, so today will be a little bit shorter. We're just working for like 15 or 20 minutes. Um, and hopefully it feels like a little bit more chill than last time. I've got just one or two little things at the end, just some hip and shoulder stuff that we'll do that will be like just a little bit of a burn, but you can even take it easy on those. You don't have to put in like max effort on it or anything. Um, the thing that I want you guys to think about today is like last time, really using your breathing to try to facilitate the stretch. So whenever you're breathing in, that's really expanding your body. So that's what's making the stretch feel stronger. When you guys are exhaling, that's where your body is kind of closing itself up. So that's where the muscles are relaxing more, and you'll find ease in the positions. So playing around with your breathing, you could do an inhale that lasts anywhere from like 3 to 6 seconds, and your exhales are lasting anywhere from kind of like 4 to 8 seconds. See if you can kind of try to focus on that. And again, instead of burying yourselves in these positions, just really try to see if instead you can guide it through your breathing. If you're in a stretch and you can't breathe, or you're finding that your breathing is like very stuttered, then maybe you want to try to come out of the stretch just a little bit. And again, find some space where you can take really easy inhales and exhales. So right now, just from where you're standing or where you're sitting, do a big breath in through your nose, mouth closed. It lasts like, let's say 4 seconds. And exhale, and it lasts kind of like 6 seconds, let's say. And hopefully that feels really easy to do. That big inhale, that big exhale, and it feels unrestricted. So just notice if that kind of changes as we go through this stuff. So we'll get started. We're going to go into a tabletop position, and we're just going to flex everything in our spine. So I'll show you like a side view here. And when you guys get into this position, you can see it on me, and I can kind of feel it. My upper back, the space between my shoulders really rounds, but all of like this stuff here has a lot of trouble rounding. I'm going to focus on that, rounding more and more through every exhale. So I'll do a big inhale, big exhale. I'll try to get that stuff to round just a little bit more. This stuff that rounds really easily, my shoulder blades, I'm not putting a lot of effort into that. We're just going to spend some time breathing here. I'm just going to catch 3 more inhales and exhales. Really trying to tuck my tail between my legs. I'm trying to flex my chin towards my chest. And I'm trying to round out my mid-upper back, but without pushing my shoulder blades forwards. One more breath. Good. And then from here, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it extending. So now that part that didn't round very well, it extends really easy. So I don't have to put a lot of effort there. But that stuff, my shoulder blades that rounded really easily, now that stuff doesn't want to extend so much. So I'm going to make that personally my point of focus. You can do whatever you need to for yourself. And we'll catch some breathing here. We'll do about 5 inhale, exhales. Again, try not to let your shoulders be involved in this. And just really gently, can you be active through the back side of your body? So the muscles running the length of your spine, can you feel them just gently squeezing you into more of a back bend or more of an arch? See if you can kind of try to lift your Adam's apple up and away from the floor and kind of tilt your chin up without just hinging anywhere through the back of your neck, but keeping it global. One more inhale, exhale. Nice, you guys. And then we'll come just back to a center position. And we're going to go through our cat-cows. So we're going to start at the hip and move it up to the head. So I'm gonna tuck my tail between my legs. I'm gonna roll my hip backwards. My lower back, I feel that starting to round. My mid back, and then my upper back. And I finish by tucking my chin towards my chest and get my neck to round. I hold everything rounded, and then I'm gonna pull my tail out from between my legs. I'm gonna roll my hip forwards, my lower back arches, my mid back arches, or like a back bend, back bending through the upper back bending from the neck. And again, tuck the tail between the legs, everything rounds, low back, mid back, upper back, and neck. And then I arch, lower back, mid back, upper back, and neck. And let's do this in reverse now. Let's start at the head. So I'm going to tuck my chin to my chest. My neck is going to round. My upper back is going to round. My mid back is going to round. And then I finish rounding my low back. I'll lift my chin up first. I'll lift my upper back up, and then mid back, and then lower back. We'll do 2 more reps. Tuck chin to the chest. Push the sternum to the ceiling, round the upper back. Start flexing through the abs, around the mid back. Flex from the lower abs, tuck the tail around the low back. And again, lift the chin up. Back side of the neck muscles are just gently pulling us to back bend. Upper back muscles are pulling us to extend, lifting the sternum away from the floor. Mid back and lower back, all arching. Cool. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to be lying down on the floor, and we're just going to open up the chest a little bit. So we're going to have our elbows in line with our shoulders, and we're going to rotate our arms backwards. While you're rotating, try not to let your wrist bend backwards, but just try to keep that long, okay? If this is really easy on the floor and you can get all the length of the back side of your body to touch the ground really easily and without your spine popping out but staying flat to the floor, you could just go up against a wall and back yourself onto the wall if you like. I'm just going to lie down on the floor here. I'll have my knees bent, heels a little bit closer towards my butt. Elbows are in line with my shoulder. I'll do a little chin tuck, and I'll do a little hip tuck. So I'm kind of trying to hollow my body out, and I'm just going to rotate and let them drop towards the floor. So for me, this is a challenging position. If you just fall flat, go against the wall and do it there. And doing our breathing here. Big inhale. Big exhale. If you start getting tingly in the fingers, you're a little bit too deep in the stretch, so try to come out of it a little bit. Big inhale. Big exhale. Try to hollow out just a little bit more and try to let the arms rotate backwards a little bit more. We're trying to get the whole back side of the palm, back side of the forearm, back side of the upper arm, length of the spine from the head through the hip to just relax into the floor. 2 more inhale, exhales. Big inhale. Big exhale. Let the air bleed out on your exhales always. Another big inhale. Big exhale. And then we'll just do some gentle rotations. So imagine like a stake going into your body. You're trying to pivot off of the line of your elbow. We're going to keep the shoulder blades flat on the floor. Make sure they're not coming up. So we'll just gently rotate, straight wrist, forearm towards the floor. Inside of the forearm, we're imagining that's going to go flat to the ground. And now we'll gently rotate backwards. Back side of the arm, wrist staying straight, rotating back into that stretch. And we'll just go through a couple reps here. Again, breathing, timing of the breathing doesn't matter a lot here. We're just casually going backwards, forwards. Big inhale. Big exhale. I'm just gently pulling my elbows into the floor to try to encourage the whole back side of my body to stay flat on the ground and just help me a little bit in doing those active rotations to make sure that my elbows aren't lifting up above the line of my shoulders or too far down towards the line of my hips. I'm trying to listen to that tension happening through my chest where it starts to wind up a little bit and it gets tight as being the end point of my rotation in both directions. So I'm making sure that my arm bone, the upper end of it near my chest isn't like popping up off of the floor, lifting my shoulder blades off the ground. Just get another rotation in each direction, going back side, another rotation going front side. Nice, you guys. So next thing that we'll do is we're going to work a little bit on just opening up the outside of our hip. So feet straight out in front of us. If you lean back, this is going to make this stretch a lot easier. And as you start leaning in, it's going to make this stretch more challenging. Just try to be mindful that while you're leaning into this, that you guys aren't letting your back round at all. It's kind of hard to see that contrast. I'm just going to move this yoga mat and maybe you can notice a bit better. So that length, especially through the lower back, mid back, not rounding out. I'll just cross the leg. I'll put my hands behind me for a bit of support. I'll try to keep my shoulders open and my chin tucked. And I'm going to start dragging my heel towards my chest. And I just get a gentle stretch through the underside of my hip. So I'm going to hang out here and do some breathing. Big inhale. Big exhale. And I try to find length through my spine on the exhales. Inhale, I hold position. Exhale, I see if I can just try to stick my butt up a little bit like I'm trying to lift my tail out from between my legs. Big inhale. Big exhale. Big inhale. Maybe you can pull the knee into the chest just a little bit more to make the stretch get a little bit deeper or to challenge it a bit more. Exhaling. Another big inhale. And exhale. Nice, you guys. You can just slide the heel back out until the leg's straight, and then you can take that leg off, and we'll swap out, same thing on the other leg. I'm lifting the leg, twisting it, so my ankle is kind of just behind the top side line of my knee, and then I'll drag that heel so that my knee is coming towards me, and I get a big stretch through the outside of my hip. Trying to keep my shoulders open here. You can reach the arms out just a little bit to find a bit more comfort through chest and my breathing. And exhaling. Big inhale. Big exhale. Inhaling. Exhale. Maybe try to lean in a little bit, but make sure you're keeping length in the spine as you do it. Big inhale. Big exhale. One more big inhale. Big exhale. Awesome, you guys. So here's where you guys might feel just like a little bit confused, or you feel like you're a little bit lost in space trying to orientate your body. And again, being gentle with this, we're going to do a forward fold. So this is kind of like a variation of that Jefferson curl. We were having it come up a lot in our warm-ups in our new programming. So this is going to help you guys out with that a little bit. But again, like I say, it's tricky. We did the cat camel. So we were trying to segmentally flex from the lower back, mid back, upper back, and then extend. So we're doing that same thing, but from a forward fold. So I'm just going to cross my arms, hold on to my elbows, and I'm going to sit my hips back and lean forwards so I feel some length coming into the back side of my body, or a stretch depending on how tight you are. And from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to round my lower back, mid back, upper back, and my chin. And then I'm going to try to arch, pull tailbone out from between the legs, arch the lower back, arch the mid back, arch the upper back and the neck, tuck tail between the legs, round the lower back, mid back, upper back, and neck, arch the lower back, mid back, upper back, and neck. And you guys are going to feel, just keep repping it out, that you start to get deeper and deeper into that forward fold every time that you go through this little cat-cow from this bent over position. We'll get in 2 more rounds going each direction. So rounding lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, arching lower back, mid back, upper back, and neck, round, lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, arch, lower back, mid back, upper back, and neck. Nice. Last two things that we'll do here. So we'll do a little bit of work for our hip. If you bring your knee up, and maybe you guys just need to have a hand against the wall or whatever the case. If you have a little stick you can hold on to or something, that's fine. If not, maybe you just don't bring your knee as high so it's easier to keep balance. But let's just bring the knee up as high as you possibly can. And holding it there, we're gonna try to twist into that like figure 4 position. So we're gonna twist and hold and let it go. Keep fighting for height of the knee, twist and hold and let it go. For 3 reps, 2 reps, 1 rep. Good. You can let it down. Try to really push or drive through that support leg as much as you can. Think about you're trying to kick your butt behind or your leg behind you while you do this. That support leg, you're trying to swing it backwards like you're taking a step or like you're running. We'll rotate and hold for 5. Rotate and hold 4. Fight for that height of the knee. 3, 2, and 1. Good. And we're going to go back to that first leg. I'm going to bring it up high, and I'm going to pull it sideways without letting it turn my whole body. So I feel almost like some separation happening through the groin. Fighting for height of the knee, twisting again outwards for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back front side and down. And then the other leg. Remember, driving through support leg up high. Pull it sideways. Feel almost some separation through groin. And twist. 5. Oh my God, I just heard a pop. 4. Felt nice. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Last thing we'll do here is work for our shoulders. We're going to do like a snow angel, and we're going to do it from our good morning position. So we're going to let the knees go soft. We're going to shoot the hips backwards a little bit, so you'll feel some length coming in through backside of your body again. We're going to try to hold the shoulders down and back, and we'll see if we can get the hands to rest on the backside of the hips. If you can't reach there, that's fine. Just wherever they are is cool. But really try to pull all of that stuff backwards, hands off of the hips if they're resting on them. Straighten out the arms, rotate, open up, and reach overhead, trying to lift them up high in line with the ears. Pull them backwards, twist, thumbs down, rotate through the wrist, forearm, and then shoulder as you bring them backside. Bend the elbows and see if you can connect fingertips above the height of the hips. And then kind of just let the shoulders and the hands relax. Open the chest back up, shoulders down and back. Lift the hands off. Straighten out the elbow. Rotate thumbs outwards, palms open, forearm opens, elbow opens, bicep opens. Reaching length through the arms. Reaching arms in line with the ear. Pull back, maybe try to get a little bit deeper in that like kettlebell swing or good morning position, deadlift position. Drop them down. We got 3 more reps. This one is a burner for the shoulders. Lift up and off, straighten out elbows, rotate palm, forearm, elbow, bicep, shoulder open, sweep overhead. Try to pack the chin into the neck to keep length in the neck. Turn thumb down, palm closes, forearm, elbow, bicep, shoulder closes, keeping the shoulder blade down and back. Rest, lift off, elbow straight, palm open, spiral up to the shoulder, opening everything through the line of your arm. Fight for it. Pull back. We're like doing a snow angel. right now. Drop down, and last rep. Shoulders open, lift off, straighten out the elbows, rotate, try to keep belly button pulling into the spine to keep length in your lower back. Make sure it's not collapsing to the floor. Length through the upper back, pull backwards, pivot in, come together, drop down, and relax. Good job, you guys. You did really well. That was challenging. That felt kind of challenging for me. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We're going to be back in action on Monday at 7:30 p.m. and Wednesday. Those are the kind of longer ones. And again, on Fridays, we'll just do little teasers like this. Hope you guys like that. Nice to see you all. Happy Easter weekends. Happy Friday. Don't forget at 7:30 tonight, there's the little box competition as well. So you can always tune into that and just watch or participate, whatever you want to do. But nice to see you guys.
Great. Thanks, Danny.
Danny. Thank you.
Thanks, Danny.
Hi, Danny.
Thank you.